yeah, let's go and get this out of the way. We'll go and talk about this. So as always, get yourself a beverage, sit back, relax, and let's talk about this Sonic the Hedgehog book, the first entry in the children's book series written by, hang on, Michael Teitelbaum, and interior illustrations by Glenn Hansen, and published by Troll Associates. This is a Festivus moment right here. Festivus was just yesterday. Where's my post? Eggman sucks. He doesn't deserve his doctorate. He doesn't. How was the island? I talked about the other two books that I owned as a child, and this one I ended up ordering off of Amazon for $1.50 plus shipping, so $5, just so I could figure out what was before Robotnik's revenge. Why did he need to get revenge? And this story here is the simplest story of why Dr. Robotnik's revenge made him go the way he did. This is a pretty cool story to Sonic the Hedgehog, and I do have to point out in the illustrations of this book, this Robotnik version, guess what? The artist had it right the first time when they first did this book. I don't know what happened in the other two books. All right? I don't know what happened in the other two books on why there's two different art designs for Dr. Robotnik. But here he is, right there. Of course, this is his younger self. He's like 15 years old in this one. I got to get to the plot story. So I sat down and read this book in like 30 minutes or so. It didn't take long at all to just breeze through this story. It is so simplistic. Basically, Sonic is like 5 years old, and Robotnik is like 15 or so years old. Robotnik is an orphan in the story, and so is Sonic. He's living with his Uncle Chuck's, aka Sir Charles Hedgehog. And they're living in the beautiful area of, well, I don't know where they live, to be quite honest. They don't live in Mobotropolis at this point. Nope, they're just living with old Uncle Chuck. So Uncle Chuck, well, feels betrayed by Dr. Robotnik because, well, before he got his PhD or whatever, in whatever he's a doctor of, Robotnik is a mechanical genius. He's basically building robots and helping Uncle Chuck because Uncle Chuck is also an inventor as well. So, he's over here building some robots. He is stealing parts too off of Uncle Chuck. He even took parts off a tractor, which I'll get into that scenario in a moment. There's a tractor incident in this book. Oh, a tractor incident. But basically, Sonic and Robotnik don't get along. They don't like each other. So we're off to a great start of Robotnik versus Sonic. Oh, it already writes itself because they weren't childhood friends. They were enemies to start with. And so basically an incident takes place with one of Robotnik's robots. It goes crazy and out of control. And guess what happens? Uncle Chuck's tractor is out of control. Why did he get on the tractor? Hang on, I got to figure out why he got on the tractor. Oh, okay. So basically what in this book it says Uncle Chuck had promised to lend his tractor to a neighbor, and he went outside to climb aboard the old tractor and started up, and the tractor rolled wildly around the backyard, and Uncle Chuck tried to steer it, but he couldn't control it and it would not respond. I don't understand, he cried. Why can't I steer the tractor? Well, because Dr. Robotnik stole tractor parts. That's why you can't steer it. And next thing you know, of course, he's wrecking into the robot at one point. And guess what? Robotnik is mad that, oh, you drove my robot, bro. And so guess what? Uncle Chuck and Robotnik have a fallout, and Robotnik leaves. He takes off. He's gone. He just leaves. And guess what happens? 10 years later, You ready for this one? 10 years later, Robotnik comes back with an army of robots and he takes over the world. He overthrows the king of Mobius. And he's over here capturing everybody. He has this machine called the Roboticizer. And he's turning people into robots. All because of a fallout with Uncle Chuck. And his hatred for Sonic the Hedgehog at 5 years old. What kind of subplot story is this? This is ridiculous. So with Robotnik running around, just locking people up in their dungeons and roboticizing them, Sonic, of course, comes across a chipmunk named Princess Sally, who is the princess of the king of Mobius. So she's got a band of freedom fighters in a hidden village called Knothole Village. And they're over here to stop Dr. Robotnik. And they go in and they try to stop Dr. Robotnik. And Robotnik remembers Sonic. Oh, he sees Sonic zooming along, trying to save everybody. And he saves his Uncle Chuck. And so, using the power rings, because Uncle Chuck invented the power rings per this story. What? That's crazy. So the power rings helps restore. I mean, they don't look like robots to me. They just look like they're hypnotized. Do they look like they are turned into robots? They don't. And look at Robotnik over here. See, matching art design of Dr. Robotnik. We got it right the first time, but whatever happened throughout the other books, who knows? Who knows what happened to the art design of Dr. Robotnik in the other books? Why can't we stay with one? All right, why can't we just stay with one? But yeah, they just look hypnotized. They don't look like robots. Maybe it's just more of a... Well, here's the other thing. Because in Robotnik's Revenge, Bunny Rabbit turns into half robot because Sonic was late to the party. So she's got robot legs and a robot arm. This makes no sense. If they're supposed to be robots, they should be looking like robots. I've already got issues with the continuity of these books. Man, Michael Teitelbaum, this makes no sense to me. The continuity is all over the place with this stuff. I mean, good gravy. But yeah, so, and they just go back to normal. They go back to normal because of Sonic's power ring. So the power ring basically, why didn't they use the power ring on Bunny Rabbit then? And Robotnik's Revenge to undo the whole roboticization thing. Oh my goodness. I've got issues with this book, and it's the first entry, and none of the other ones follow. None of the other ones follow any continuity when it comes to the roboticization process, the design of Dr. Robotnik. What is going on? I know it's a children's book. I know it's a children's book. And you know, if I got this as a kid, I wouldn't have cared. But as an adult, as a longtime Sonic fan, I care. I care for continuity's sake. All right? This book right here, the story is so weird. Robotnik takes over the world because he was wronged by... He felt wronged and betrayed by Uncle Chuck and Sonic. That's some vengeful stuff right there. Some vengeful stuff. That's all the time for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic week. Stay safe out there. Take care. I gotta find the other books so I can rant some more. Stupid. Just stupid.